Hey guys, so I don't really like long intros, so if you guys want like an update or why I haven't been filming in a while, and also why this is like my 4th time trying to make this video, then I will be doing that at the end of my videos instead of the beginning, just because I don't like long intros, honestly. So hey guys, it's T, and today we're going to be talking about Alton Coleman and Debra Brown, also known as the Black Bonnie and Clyde. Alton Coleman. Alton Coleman was born November 6, 1955 in Waukegan, Illinois. He was raised by his mother, who worked 3 jobs, and his elderly grandmother. Alton suffered from plenty of mental illnesses and was teased in school for wetting the bed. He was nicknamed Pissy. He dropped out of middle school and became known for petty crimes such as property damage and theft. Becoming more and more dysfunctional, his petty crimes rose to crimes and arson. Alton Coleman was a sex addict. By 16, he was charged 6 times with including his own niece, who later dropped the charges. Although this wouldn't be my definition of a hustler, according to his neighbors, he was known as a hustler. He would make money by seducing and using women. He would sometimes force those women into prostitution. Alton's mother was reportedly a prostitute herself, and one source mentioned that his grandmother ran a brothel where little Coleman would sometimes sleep. I can't prove whether or not that's true, but if it is, that's probably where he learned that sex in a woman's body could be used in exchange for money. Alton was diagnosed with mixed personality disorder with antisocial, narcissistic, and obsessive features. He was also diagnosed with epileptic spasms, psychosis, and borderline personality disorder. Debra Brown. There's not much known about Debra before she met Alton, other than being known for being the quiet kid. She didn't really speak to anyone and didn't have much friends. Debra was born November 11, 1962, and was one out of 11 children. She was diagnosed as borderline mentally disabled from suffering a head trauma as a child. She was also diagnosed with dependent personality disorder. Debra was allegedly engaged to another man when she met Coleman in 1983 and ran away with him. She was also allegedly in a master-slave relationship with Coleman. Although Debra was a willing participant in Alton's salts and mixers, she had no history of violence prior to their relationship. Coleman was a good con man and a smooth talker. Rather than target victims outside of their race where their chances of being noticed were greater, Coleman and Brown stayed close to predominantly African American neighborhoods. There, they found it easier to befriend strangers than assault and sometimes victims, including children and the elderly. Vernita Wheat was the 9-year-old daughter of Juanita Wheat from Kenosha, Wisconsin, and the first known victim of Coleman and Brown. On May 29, 1984, Coleman abducted Juanita in Kenosha and took her 20 miles away to Waukegan, Illinois. Her body had been discovered 3 weeks later in an abandoned building located close to where Coleman was living with his elderly grandmother. Juanita had been to death. After conning their way through Illinois, they headed to Gary, Indiana, where on June 17, 1984, they approached 9-year-old Annie Turks and her 7-year-old niece, Tamika Turks. The girls were headed home after visiting a candy store. Coleman asked the girls if they wanted free clothing, to which they answered yes. He told them to follow Brown, who led them to a secluded, wooded area. The couple removed the younger child's shirt, and Brown ripped it into strips and used it to tie the girls up. When Tamika began to cry, Brown held the child's mouth and nose. Coleman stomped on her stomach and chest, then threw her lifeless body into a weeded area. Next, both Coleman and Brown arrested Annie, threatening to kill her if she did not do as they instructed. Afterwards, they choked Annie until she lost consciousness. When she awoke, she discovered her attackers were gone. She managed to walk back to a road where she found help. Tamika's body was discovered the following day. She had not survived the attack. As the authorities were uncovering Tamika's body, Coleman and Brown struck again. Donna Williams, 25, of Gary, Indiana, was reported as missing. Almost a month later, on July 11, Williams' decomposing body was found in Detroit, along with her car parked a half-mile away. she had been raped and the cause of death was ligature strangulation. The couple's next known stop was on June 27 in Dearborn Heights, Michigan, where they walked into the home of Mr. and Mrs. Palmer Jones. Mr. Palmer was handcuffed and severely beaten, and Mrs. Palmer was also attacked. The couple was fortunate to survive. After robbing them, Coleman and Brown took off in the Palmer's car. The couple's next attack happened after their arrival in Toledo, Ohio, on the holiday weekend of July 5th. Coleman managed to worm his way into the home of Virginia Temple, who was the mother of a household of small children. Her oldest was her 9-year-old daughter, Rachel. The police were called to Virginia's home to do a welfare check after her relatives became concerned after they did not see her and she did not answer her phone calls. Inside the home, the police found Virginia and Rachel's body, who had both been strangled to death. The other younger children were unharmed, but frightened from being left alone. It was also determined that a bracelet was missing. Following the Temple murders, Coleman and Brown did another home invasion in Toledo, Ohio. Frank and Dorothy Duvendak were tied up and robbed of their money, watches, and their car. Unlike others, the couple were fortunately left alive. On July 12, after being dropped off in Cincinnati by the Reverend and Mrs. Millard Gay of Dayton, Ohio, Coleman and Brown to Tony Story of Over the Rhine, a working-class neighborhood of Cincinnati. Corey's body was discovered 8 days later. Underneath, it was the bracelet that was missing from the Temple home. Story had been raped to death. On July 12, 1984, Alton Coleman was added to the FBI 10 Most Wanted list as a special edition. A major national manhunt was launched to capture Coleman and Brown. Being on the Most Wanted FBI list did not seem to slow down the couple's murder spree. On July 13, Coleman and Brown went from Dayton to Norwood, Ohio, on a bicycle. Not long after arriving, they managed to get inside the home of Harry and Marlene Walters on the ruse that they were interested in buying a trailer that Harry Walters was selling. Once inside the home, Coleman struck Harry Walters over the head with a candlestick, rendering him unconscious. The couple then viciously beat Marlene Walters to death. It was later determined that Marlene Walters had been beaten on the head at least 25 times and vice grips had been used to lacerate her face and scalp. After the attack, the couple robbed the home of money and jewelry and stole the family car. The couple then fled to Kentucky in the Walters car and kidnapped a Williamsburg College professor, Oline Carmichael Jr. They placed him in the trunk of the car and drove to Dayton. There, they left the stolen car with Carmichael inside the trunk. He was later rescued. Next, the couple returned to the home of Reverend and Mrs. Millard Gay. They threatened the couple with guns, but left them unharmed. Coleman and Brown stole their car and headed back close to where they started their killing spree in Evanston, Illinois. Before their arrival, they carjacked and murdered 75-year-old Eugene Scott in Indianapolis. On July 20, Coleman and Brown were arrested without incident in Evanston. A multi-state coalition of police formed to strategize on how best to prosecute the couple. Wanting the pair to face the death penalty, authorities selected Ohio as the first state to begin prosecuting them both. In Ohio, Coleman and Brown were sentenced to death in each case of the aggravated murders of Marlene Walters and Tony Story. During the sentencing phase of the trial, Brown sent the judge a note which read in part, "I killed the bitch and I don't give a d. I had fun out of it." In separate trials in Indiana, both were found guilty of murder and attempted murder. Both received the death penalty. Alton Coleman was executed on April 26, 2002, by lethal injections at the Southern Ohio Correctional Facilities in Lucasville, Ohio. Brown's death sentence in Ohio was later commuted to life because of her low IQ scores, her non-violent history prior to meeting Coleman, and her dependent personality that made her susceptible to Coleman's control. Currently in the Ohio Reformatory for Women, Brown still faces the death penalty in Indiana. According to IndyStar, the Lake County prosecutors in the Indiana Attorney General's office signed an agreement withdrawing a demand for the execution of Deborah Denise Brown because of mental disability. It is still unlikely that Brown will ever be freed from prison. She faces 2 consecutive life sentences in Ohio, plus an additional 140 years in Indiana. Hey guys, it's T, and today we're going to be talking about what? Alton Coleman and Debra Brown. Hey guys, it's T, and today we're going to be talking about Alton Coleman and Debra Brown. If you made it this far into the video, first of all, thank you, and second of all, it probably means that you want to know why I haven't posted in almost a year. So I'm going to start off this video by saying that I edit all my videos on my phone, mainly because I edit when I'm at work and I can't do that with a laptop. I can't edit on my laptop unless it's connected to Wi-Fi, and I tend to edit my videos when I'm at work or just anytime I'm on my phone. I'm usually editing my videos. Last summer, I was at work and I got out of work and I had too many things in my hands. So I put my phone and my coffee cup on top of the car. And it wasn't until I got home that I realized that my phone was gone. And I tried to call it, but it wasn't ringing, which I knew that was a bad sign because my phone was fully charged, so it should have rang. Oh my god, I knew I ran over my phone, which is probably what happened. Either I ran over my phone or somebody else ran over my phone. But the last time that I had my phone, I remember putting it on top of my car, and that was it. So not only did I lose my phone, but I also lost the videos that I had on my phone. Yeah. So the first time I tried filming this video, the Bonnie and Clyde video, I was pretty much almost done editing that video, and I had like a bunch of other videos, like the Abdi Sharif video, which honestly I don't think I'm ever gonna refilm that video just because I spent a lot of time. Hi baby. Hi mama. Anyways, I spent a lot of time editing that video, and not just editing but researching that video. Like, I was heads on, not really heads on, but I was in every forum, whether it was like Tumblr, whether it was Reddit, whether it was like their Facebook. I checked in like I spent so much time researching that video, and then it was just gone. When I lost my phone, I lost that video, I lost the Bonnie and Clyde video, and I lost like 3 other videos that I was in the middle of editing. So that was that, and it took me kind of months to get back to editing. To get back to filming and editing. And then a couple months ago, I tried refilming the Bonnie and Clyde video for the second time. And then what happened? So I filmed the video, I edited the video, and honestly I was really happy with the way I edited the video. I spent like 2 weeks editing that video. Literally anytime I wasn't sleeping, I was editing that video, and I had spent 2 weeks straight just editing that video, and I was finally done editing the video. And when I went to try and save the video, it said that I didn't have enough storage on my phone. So I was trying to delete other videos that were on the app, and I ended up deleting the video that I had just spent 2 weeks editing. I deleted the video just like that. So this is the second time that I filmed the video and I've lost the video. And honestly, I'm the type of person where I see everything as a sign. So I was like, damn, maybe that's a sign that I shouldn't be doing YouTube videos. Like, what are the odds that somebody would spend twice, not just filming the video, but editing the video, and then both times they're just gone, just like that. But as Peggy Hill said, God told me not to do it, but I knew better. At least I think that's what she said. I forgot. Don't quote me. Anyways, so I kind of felt like it was a sign not to do the videos or not to do any more videos, but at the same time, I enjoy editing videos. I'm not really a big fan of like filming because I don't really like talking, but I do enjoy editing. I love editing videos, even though it can be annoying, it can be tedious, and it's honestly a lot of hard work when you're a perfectionist, but the end results, I love seeing the end results of like beginning to end, and then knowing that I'm the reason for like the behind the scenes. I love behind the scenes stuff, especially when it comes to filming. But yeah, that was the second time I tried filming the video. The third time I tried filming the video, this Bonnie and Clyde video, I could not find my microphone, and my microphone cannot connect to the in order for me to use the microphone, I need to have an adapter. And so basically literally my adapter went missing, and I don't use my adapter for anything other than my microphone. And my microphone is basically useless without the adapter. So one day I went into my room and my adapter was gone. And for almost a month, I could not find my adapter, so I could not use my microphone. And I ended up buying a new adapter anyways, but I didn't figure out who took my adapter until after I bought a new adapter. So that was the third time that I tried filming the video. The third time I tried filming the video, my microphone adapter was gone. And then this is technically like my fifth time trying to film this video, but something's always happening. So you're gonna see clips of me like wearing different outfits, and that's because I filmed this video literally so many times, like in so many different days. So that's the reason why I'm wearing so many different outfits in just one video. I don't know why I do this with my eyes. It's so weird. I hate it when I'm editing and I'm like, why? Anyways, but yeah, if you made it this far, thank you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully I get used to like this whole talking thing, because I can tell that I'm still not used to it. It's just, I need to stop. Like, maybe I should